Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be doing evening meals of the week. So it is autumn at the moment and these are going to be all the dinners that I've had this week. So it's going to be like basically a little bit of a meal plan. I've not made a video like this before. If you're struggling for some autumn meal ideas, then this video might be helpful for you. I make content all about motherhood and life in between, so I'd love it if you would consider hitting subscribe if you like that kind of thing. But with all that said, let's get into today's video. We are a family of 4 and I'm a mum of 2 under 2. So meal times in our house are an important part of the day, as I like to know we've all been fed well. I'm also breastfeeding my 3-month-old, but it goes without saying that I don't always have the opportunity to spend ages cooking each night. So these meals of the week are going to be a mix of convenient cooking while still trying to get some balanced meals in us all. The first meal we had this week was a warming cottage pie. I'd prepared the pie the day before. I usually do some meal prep if I can over the weekends. That's a good tip there for busy mums. So I just got it out the fridge a few hours before putting it in the oven and grated lots of cheese on top to make it crispy. And whenever we do this pie, I just use whatever cheese we've got in the fridge at the time. And this week it happened to be some red Leicester, and I also had a bit of Parmesan that I threw in there too. So the cottage pie cooked for 25 minutes in the oven until nice and crispy on top. And I served this with beans, as it already had heaps of veggies hidden in the beef mince like carrots, courgettes, mushrooms and celery. So yeah, it was packed full of goodness. This is such a hearty autumn meal for the whole family, and it usually makes enough for leftovers for someone's lunch the next day too. The next meal this week was definitely a quicker and easier meal, which, like I say, as a busy mum I do have to do from time to time, and this was a cheese and onion quiche with rice, broccoli and carrot. Another super easy meal that we had this week was fish, chips and ratatouille. The next meal was a bit of a random mix of things I put together, and if you're a mum you know that some nights you just get meals like this. So we had a gammon joint that I sliced up with some jacket potatoes and this tomatoey pumpkin side dish which I served with Greek yogurt. My toddler just had the potato and pumpkin-y thing. It's really nice, this dish. I'll try and leave the recipe for it down below because I'm trying to use up like vegetables of the season at the minute, so we really like that, even though it was a bit of a random one. The next meal was another easy meal of fish cakes and rice, and this I dished up with some tender stem broccoli and baby corn. But my son had fish fingers that night, he didn't have the fish cakes. The following night we had a creamy pasta dish with mushrooms and pancetta. Unfortunately, I made the sauce a bit runny when I added the mushrooms, as you can probably see here, because I forget how sweaty mushrooms can get when you fry them. They were a bit watery, but everyone really enjoyed it. We would usually have garlic bread with this, but I didn't do it at night because I didn't get time. But I did add some Parmesan to it once I served it up. And lastly we had a really healthy but easy dinner, and that was lentil soup. I always have some lentils in my store cupboard because this is a really good meal to have if I don't know what I want to do, because all you need is an onion and basically the lentils, and you can cook a soup out of that with some boiling water as well. Sometimes we'll add bacon to this, but we had it as a veggie meal on this particular night, and it's a really good source of protein to get into everyone, and my son just loves lentils, so that's really good. It's also very filling. We had this with a French stick on this night, but I'd already eaten it before I remembered that I needed to film this dinner. and this also leaves enough for lunch the next day. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a big thumbs up if you've liked this video, and if you want more meal ideas. I also make videos like what I eat in a day, that kind of thing, so I will have linked them at the top of the screen throughout this, or they'll be in the description box below. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.